Building in Zambia or anywhere in Africa while living in the diaspora is not easy, but it can be done. In today's video, I'm going to share the conclusion to what I saw as, I don't know, was it a scam? But I'll share the conclusion to that experience. And of course, I will share some of the 4 lessons, probably 5 lessons that I've learned from this experience, so that when you encounter things like that, you will know what to do and try and avoid them. So stick around and I will come back after this. Last time I say, and I thought, why not jump onto this idea? Now listen to this and let's just move.
You don't have the whole interview in November, which is very important. Africa, and we are building dreams in Africa, and that's what we are doing. So by Reagan,
now, if you look at that, that's more or less like a slap in itself.
I was chilling with the bros who was up for a night out.
Care taken, especially.
Saw you in the cut with that wifey demeanor. Hey, looking so bored out your mind though. You kinda give me the sign, so conversations became relation.
Right, welcome back. If we haven't met, my name is Kelvin Perry, and this is Building Dreams in Africa. So, if this is the first time you're stumbling across or you've come across this channel, what we try to do on this channel is to share, motivate, and encourage our brothers and sisters in the diaspora to build back home in Africa. Now, we are all over. I am in the UK myself, and I try to share my experience of so many years in the construction industry building. I am a quantity surveyor and a chartered construction manager. And so I try to draw from that professional background to try and build back home and, of course, share my experiences building back home. I am building at the moment 22 apartments in Vona Valley, Lusaka, and it is interesting. For me, it is a game. I love construction. I do enjoy building back home. I do enjoy building, and I enjoy looking at buildings. I really just do enjoy. That's probably the reason why I've been in the industry for that long, for that so many years. Right, now, today what I want to do, but before I get into that, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and smack that bell. Your support will be highly appreciated, and it will motivate us to share more and more of day-to-day experiences building back home. I think you will benefit from that. But those likes, those comments, that feedback actually motivates us so much to build back home. And of course, don't forget, this book, Building Dreams Across Continents, is on Amazon. Please get a copy. And if you have done that, please, I would love to hear from you. Leave us a comment, send me a text, whatever. I just want to hear from you and whether this is blessing you. Right, now let's get into what I wanted to share today. So just a recap. If you've watched my video where I've asked, was this a scam? I was trying to hire a TLB. A TLB is an excavator with a backhoe, you know. So I wanted to create a channel from our plots to the main road where there's a huge channel there, a huge drain. And so I asked my contractor to go on and hire one, to go on the street and hire one, because we wanted this work to be done quickly because the site was flooded. So if you've watched my video about the site being flooded, this is one of the solutions that we had to come up. And one of the solutions was to create channels so that we can get the water out of the site, because it could affect and damage the foundations. So we needed to act very quickly, and I was so desperate. I wanted to do this work. So my contractor went on site by the roadside. But one thing that my contractor didn't know was he was talking to this guy who he thought was the TLB operator, but actually he was just an agent. And so he negotiated. I spoke to that guy as well, and we came up with a price of 6,500 kwacha paid for a day. And, it started from 7,500 and got to about 5,000, 6,500. And so I thought I've got a good deal, but I will share that later on. So I thought that was a good deal. I've done great here. I've saved 1,000 kwacha. But the agent actually went and now contracted the other guy to say, there's a job here, you go and do the work. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole lot in detail. If you go to this video, which I'll put here, watch it, and you will hear the conversation I had with the operator as well on that recording. So now, it so happened that these guys were resisting to do the 4 hours, the full 8 hours. They wanted to just do the 4 hours because they had done the drain. Now, obviously, there was confusion there, misunderstanding and all that. But I was able to see this because I have cameras on site, so I was watching to see what was going on. And so I tried to call this girl. So at the end of the day, when they finished doing the drain, they said, we are going. We can't go on site. The road is bad. We can't get to site. So I said, okay, if that's the case, can you come back the next day? They promised me they will come back the next day. The next day, the owner of the person I thought was the owner of the equipment turned out, he said he was just the manager. Now, there we are. He says, I'm just a manager. This machine is not mine. I've just managed these machines. I said, okay. But then he said to me, if you want us to go, we can go to site, but can you put at least 20 liters of fuel in the TLB? I said, no ways. I'm not. Oh, no, it's not a lot of money. Now, because he knows I'm in the diaspora and he thinks it's not a lot of money. No, for me, every penny counts. Every kobo counts. And I said, no, I've already paid for a day, and you promised me, your guys promised me that they will get on site. So after about midday, I asked my contractor, I said, what is happening? These guys are not on site. Then I got a phone call to say, know what, Mr. Perry, we will just refund you. Now, the contractor had received, the owners of the equipment had received 5,500, so they gave me 1,000. And the agent as well, because he knew I was making a lot of noise, and my long hands, reaching hands from the UK, got to them, and they were scared. And so he said, well, he released the 1,000. So I got 2,000 kwacha back. Now, I know I should have got more than that, but there were so many things wrong. I was desperate. I did not do things right. And so that's where now I come to the lessons that I've learned, so that next time I don't have a repeat. I don't have a repeat of what happened, because there's so much work that I need to do on the site in Vona Valley, and I will need a TLB, but I will do these things, and these are the lessons. The first one, I will make sure that I have a written contract. Now, you say, Kelvin, but you're talking about the contract. You know what? The language and all that. No. A contract can be verbal, can be written. A contract can be anything. Can be something that you can all agree about. Yeah, this is what we've agreed to do. And it protects both parties. So the easiest thing to do is write what you want that guy to go and do. Write exactly the scope, right? And write what you've agreed in terms of the price. So say, yeah. And of course, the duration of the works. And then sign, both parties sign. That thing will be in black and white. And nobody is going to dispute and say, oh, no, we didn't agree on this. But you could see there was a lot of misunderstanding in our situation. This one is thinking, no, the work was just the drain. This one is just thinking, no, it's just 4 hours. This one is just thinking this. And of course, they wanted to say, no, we'll convert to hours. And then if you convert to hours, meant that I actually owe them for 4 hours, because it will be 7,200, when I did pay for 6,500 for 8 hours. It didn't make sense. So the whole thing was just a mess. So make sure that you have something in writing. Use a contract. Write something down. If you are not sure about what you need to write or how that need to look like, get in touch with me. Join the YouTube membership group. Click on the membership and you will have access to me. Ask me whatever you want, questions, provide this. You will see what I will be able to offer you. That way, you will protect yourself. Number 2, make sure that you avoid using agents. When you get on site or when you get by the roadside, I have absolutely nothing against going to the people that are on the streets. They just want to survive just like anybody else. They want business just like anybody else. But I will get to the street. But avoid dealing with agents. Don't be in a hurry. Get there. Make sure that the guy that you're speaking to is the operator of the equipment. And of course, ask for contact details of the owners of the equipment to say, who are the owners? Oh, let me speak to them. Because if that guy has nothing to hide, he will give you the details of the owners of the business. That guy, I asked him, I said, I wanted to speak to the owners of this TLB. He was all over because I was so much in a hurry. I couldn't even see those red flags. I couldn't see them. And so, those red flags will be there when you go on and say, well, let me speak to this guy, and then you ask him about the owners, and even the owners as well. You ask them about the equipment. You will find out that maybe that's just not the owner as well. But make sure that you avoid dealing with agents unless otherwise. But avoid engaging with an agent. So you could see that in that situation, in that case, and if you've watched that video, the driver, the operator of that equipment was only given 5,500. Before he even gets on site, he was given 5,500 because the agent had got 6,500 and he's got his cut already. And that's the reason why when they were going to site, they kept on saying, no, before we start off, give us some money. And when the machine gets on site, you have to pay the whole lot. I was like, doesn't make sense. How do I pay for the work before they even do the work? But because I was desperate, I needed the work done. I didn't even check all these things. So avoid engaging, avoid using an agent to get this equipment, a TLB or whatever you are trying to hire. There's loads and loads of this all over in Zambia or wherever you are, unless you are somewhere far. But in Lusaka, I'm told these the equipments are all over. And I'll probably do a video about this when I go to Zambia again. The third thing, make sure that you stand your ground. A lot of people will know that you are from the diaspora. I don't hide that I live in the UK. Yes, but I'm a Zambian. I don't hide. But one thing that I know is when people think you are from the diaspora, from wherever, they will think you have a lot of money. And, just like that manager said to me, put 20 liters of diesel in the machine. And you could see him with a smile, with like, it's nothing, because he's thinking, he's got lots of money where he's coming from, because he's in the diaspora. No, that's not the case. Every kobo, every penny, need to be saved, and every penny has to be accounted for. That is the way we can only build successfully and confidently back home, is to make sure that we stick to the budget, we stick to what we said we are going to do. No wonder, I think a lot of people who, when they finish a job, a house that should have costed them, for argument's sake, 500, it ends up with $1 million, I mean, this is not playing. We are investing back home. We are not playing. It has to be taken seriously. You know how much it really, how hard you work to earn that money when you are here in the diaspora. It is not easy. So the last one I will say is know the market. Now, right, what do I mean by know the market? Now, remember, when this guy started asked me the price of a TLB. He said, when I asked him about the price of a TLB, he started with 7,500 per day. Now, I don't know whether that's the right price. It could be within that range. And we ended up with 6,500. Thank God we ended up with 6,500. But I think if you read one of the comments in the comment section on that video, somebody says he went to a company, and he actually paid 6,500. For me, I was thinking I'm saving. But hey, I probably wasn't saving. I was just paying the price that should be the right price. Because they will start there. And of course, you have to keep on negotiating until you get to the right price. That's what it is on the street. So if you know the market, you will just say, hey, Muna, this is not right. I will go to the next guy. You don't start at that price. So it's really important that you know the market. You know what the prices of cement, you know what the prices of all the materials that you have to use when building your house. Now, again, another example that I can give you is obviously when you are using the so-called trusted people. Now, they will come to you. They will speak very convincing language that when you think of it and you'll be like, oh yeah, this is what it is. They will be like this. Hey, you know what? This is what it is. And things are very bad here. Things are terrible. Hey, so the price of a pocket of cement is 190. Yes, you can ask everywhere because they know you are just talking to them. And you are just talking to them. And whatever they say, you think that is right. But actually, that's not. So know the market and don't be shy to speak to people in Zambia. Call them, ask them, who did you go to? Which shop is that? Give me the number of the person that's managing that shop. Let me speak to them. I do that. I ask and ask and I ask, and I'm not ashamed. I don't want somebody to ukundiamo and then I fail to build, or my budget to be blown off because somebody is getting the money behind. And this is what we are trying to do. This is the core of this mission that I have here, is to try and share this sort of information so that you can build back home confidently. We've seen in the past, we've seen people losing money, sending bururu, and they build something that is, they even send pictures that are not they are not his house. And you get there and you are disappointed. This guy runs and he's eaten your money. We try to avoid that. And we try to avoid that by leveraging, by using technology, and be smart. Find time. Make sure that you find time to participate in what is going on. You'll be amazed by just doing a few little things that I share here, how much you will save. How much you will save. And I will say this, go out and ask somebody and say, how much will it cost you to build this house? And I'm sure you have that. A lot of you guys there have got these quotations of somebody says it's going to cost you this. And you're even scared. You say, well, I can't do it. It's impossible. With all these reasons, that. And then on top of that, these guys are saying it's going to cost 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. I can't do it. And that's the reason why we are doing what we are doing. Join that group, a YouTube membership group. Click on that and you will have access to me. Send me the quotations that you have. Send me the drawings. Let me have a look at them. That's all part of what I will offer you. And then I'll give you my honest opinion based on my experience, based on the experience that I have right now building Bona Valley. And of course, with the members that will be in that group, I will share some details such as what it has costed us stage by stage and what my budget is to build one of those blocks that I'm doing. It will surprise you. Right, so know your market. 4 things that I've shared here. Right, the first one is a contract. The second one is, of course, avoid dealing with an agent and net. Yes, the third one is try to make sure that you stand your ground. when you know you're right, you're right. And the last one, know the market that you are operating in. Know how much the prices of things are. Right, I will end here, guys. And if you find this quite encouraging, if you find this video helpful, drop me a comment in the comment section. Let's continue with this conversation, and I will share more truth in the conversation in the comment section as we unfold. My plan is in the next few weeks on this series is to talk more about what I'm doing in Vona Valley in terms of pricing, in terms of what things are costing me, in terms of whatever. I am excited about what I'm doing back home, how I'm managing, how am I ensuring that there is quality, the quality of work is what I expect. How am I doing it? All those things I will share. Now, of course, you'll be thinking, well, you've got cameras and all that. Yeah, I've got cameras. But there are things that I'm doing to ensure that the quality of the work is up to standard. So stick around and make sure that you keep following us. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and of course turn on that bell icon so that you can get these videos pop up every time I share. Now, I will end here, otherwise I'll keep on talking and talking. Right, so see you in the next video, and may God bless you. Let's keep on building our communities, our countries in Africa, one block at a time. And yes, confidently, while we're living in the diaspora. Until next time, God bless you.